Did we all just forget that Dark Templars have blink? I know with the cost and the amount of time it takes to research it, that you may as well just get a robo and a warp prism. But I'm just surprised I haven't seen this in any 4v4 games. I've not seen it in any troll 1v1 games. I haven't even seen anyone talking about it. To be honest, when I came up with the idea of this video, I had to load up the game as Protoss and play a match just to see if it made it into the live version of the game. And I'm surprised it did. Now, I'm not here to tell people that we should all go and learn how to use this upgrade, or to even encourage people to go practice with it. Personally, I feel in its current state, it's always going to be completely useless. And even if you do manage to get the upgrade and make use of it, all it's going to do is make an already annoying unit more annoying, instead of making it more viable. I'm just here to talk about it a bit more, offer up an idea, and hopefully make sure we don't all forget about this big change that Blizzard made that has had literally zero impact on competitive play. I remember watching the BlizzCon interview with Smix, Artosis and David Kim, where David Kim announced to everybody that Dark Templars would be getting blink.
It'll be a lot more fun to play with and to watch, so we've tried adding the blink ability as an upgrade on the Dark Shrine. And some people are saying no, but I like to...
And I remember seeing Artosis' face on stream and thinking to myself, I wonder what's going on inside that head. Because although he was smiling, I know he is really not a fan of Dark Templars. If I'm remembering correctly, I think he's pretty outspoken about how he doesn't like it when people win games because of them. If he was thinking what I was thinking, then he was probably quite fearful at the time. Not fearful that they'd become overpowered, because even with blink, if your opponent has detection and is playing defensively, they'll still do nothing. But I was quite fearful that they'd become even more gimmicky than they already are. I mean, they're not a very strategically deep unit. Most of the time, for 90% of the player base of this game, Dark Templars come down to, if your opponent has detection, they won't do anything. If they don't have detection, Dark Templars will win the game. And that's kind of it. I mean, I know if you're Zest or SOS, you can make wonderful things happen with them, even if your opponent has detection. But for most of us, they're pretty boring. But it seems my fears were unfounded, because it doesn't even get used. And you may as well just get yourself a Warp Prism, which does pretty much the same thing as Blink with that huge pickup range it has now, while getting yourself an Observer in the process. But I do like that Blizzard are trying to make changes to the Dark Templar. I just wish they'd try something a bit bigger, a bit more ambitious. And it gave me an idea. Now, I know that everybody and their grandma just has ideas falling out of their asshole on how to make this game better. But I think this one actually has some merit. And if you disagree and you think you have a better idea, then share it. Because if we share enough ideas, maybe Blizzard will actually listen to one of them, or at least, come up with their own idea that's a bit more adventurous and exciting than just adding blink to the Dark Templar. Okay, without further stalling, here is my grand idea. Now don't get too shocked at what I'm going to say. It's just an idea, and there's more to it, right? Now, firstly, we take Permanent Cloak away from the Dark Templar. We replace it with a castable ability that will cloak the Dark Templar for 10 seconds and has a 15-second cooldown. We will also remove the blink research and just make it a default ability, and make the cooldown for blink last the same amount of time as the cloak ability lasts for. Now, what all of this achieves is it means that people will no longer straight up lose the Dark Templars because they didn't have detection. If Dark Templars come into your base and you're just building your robo facility, it means the Dark Templars can't just keep killing it over and over again while you try to rebuild it, because they only have 10 seconds to get their damage done. At the same time, giving them this blink maneuverability makes them a lot more viable to do damage in the mid game and the late game, and I think it will just make them a lot more interesting, and it requires more skill to use. It's more of a sort of more skill, more damage done kind of scenario for everyone in StarCraft 2, rather than just the top players. Now, I'm probably not doing the best job of explaining this right now because I've got a cold, but there's a lovely man on Reddit called Z Schmoot who's made me a map with these changes on it so that I can actually show you what I mean.
Got it! He's got it! He's got it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, my kills just don't stop. So good. I'm dying here, Tasteless. This is too much. This is too good.
So that was my slightly short and maybe a little bit over-dramatized portrayal of how the unit could play out with those changes. Now the point of that video was to show that just a few small changes could potentially make the unit a lot more fun to play with and a lot more fun to watch. You can fiddle with all the numbers for this as well if you're actually making these changes to the unit. You can make cloak last longer, you can make blink a longer cooldown, you could make the blink distance further. You could even buff the basic stats of the unit to counter what is essentially a nerf. I mean, you could make the health more, you could make the damage more, you could increase its armor. I mean, my idea might be terrible. It probably is. The whole point of this is to try and encourage some discussion on it and hopefully not let Blizzard forget they have actually tried to make changes to the Dark Templar to make it more fun. Because I'd love to see it made more fun. I'd love to see it be made into an interesting and exciting and fun to watch unit. But a blink that you can't even research until the mid or late game doesn't make it more fun or interesting. It probably would only make it more annoying even if you could research it. So let me know what you think of my crappy idea, and if you have a better one then please share it, because Blizzard might be reading this. They do pay attention, I know they do. And they might see one of these ideas and they might like it, and they might go with it. And then we could end up with a fun to use and fun to watch Dark Templar, which would be truly awesome.